What's going on, guys? Kevin here from thesportsgeek.com, and in this video I'm going to go over my DraftKings NFL Week 3 picks. So if you haven't heard already, if you haven't been following my videos or my emails, I had an absolute crazy week in Week 2. You can see the screenshots here from my cell phone. I placed first in 3 different contests and picked up over $180,000. The $80,000 winning in the top right there was actually a seat to the Fantasy Football World Championship. So I'll be at that in Vegas in December. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And overall, just a huge week. Unfortunately, some of the picks I gave out in last week's video didn't come through. I really liked the Romo stack with Beasley and Williams, and Romo got injured, and therefore Beasley didn't have a great game, and Williams had a decent game, but nothing special. I did give out the Allen Robinson pick, and I also said he would be a great stack with Bortles for low-owned GPP play, and that ended up hitting for me and winning 3 contests for me, basically. So hopefully some of you guys picked up Allen Robinson. Maybe some of you guys stacked him with Bortles and cashed in with me last week. If not, we'll move on to Week 3 and hopefully hit it big time this week again. So my first pick, this is kind of funny. I'm going back with Blake Bortles and Allen Robinson. Both had big weeks last week, as I just talked about, but they still might be low-owned versus the Patriots as around 14-point underdogs. And I know the Patriots are a tough matchup for them, but they should be playing catch-up. I expect Tom Brady and the Patriots to get a bit of a lead in this game, and that might make Bortles throw quite a bit, and he'll be looking for Allen Robinson again this week. So Robinson had 12 targets last week for 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. And if you stack these 2 players, you're going to have lots of money left over for the other positions. So I'm going with a stack again this week. Contrarian play again, but we'll see how it does for me. My next stack here is going to be Nick Foles versus Steelers, 5,200 with his tight end Jared Cook, 2,800. So Foles played well at home week 1 versus Seahawks, but last week he had a stinker, basically around 10 fantasy points. This week he's going back against a weak Steelers secondary at home. And I do think the Steelers will, at some point, maybe take the lead, or they'll be putting up quite a few points themselves. So it could be a bit of a shootout here in St. Louis. So that's good for scoring for these 2 players. Cook is averaging 6.5 targets and 5 catches over the first 2 weeks. And the first week at home against the Seahawks, he had 87 yards. So that was a big game for him. And you can also throw in a wide receiver in the stack too, and it's still going to be a pretty cheap stack overall. My next play here is a running back, James Starks, at 3,000. So this is really important. Do not play Starks if Lacy is playing. Lacy is dealing with an ankle injury, so we still don't know his status. But Starks will be the starter if Lacy is out, and at $3,000, that's a very, very good play. The pricing at DraftKings came out before the Lacy injury, and if they knew that Starks was starting, he would be around $5,000, I'm guessing. So Starks had 95 yards on 20 carries last week, plus 4 catches, and you can expect him to get around 20 carries again this week if he's the starting running back. So just make sure that Lacy's out if you're going to play him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roster him for now, and then I'll make changes Sunday morning if we know more by then. It's the Monday night game, which kind of makes it difficult, but we'll see how things go throughout the weekend. Okay, so my next running back play here is Le'Veon Bell at 7,500. So it's important to note that he's coming back from a suspension and not an injury. If he was injured, he might get maybe 10, 15 carries in his first game back, but Le'Veon Bell's ready to go. He was priced between 9,400 and 9,800 towards the end of last season, and now we're getting him at 7,500. I'm thinking because, DraftKings might not know how much he's going to be used, but I'm pretty sure he's ready to go. I follow him on Instagram, and I see him posting his training videos and all that. He looks ready to go. He looks like he's going to come right back into the lineup and play a big role in the Steelers' offense. So there's a slight risk on playing time, possibly, so he might be a little lower owned than normal at this price. I'm playing Le'Veon Bell in my lineups this week. Okay, we've got a receiver here, Randall Cobb, playing in the Monday Night Football game at 7,500. So his salary actually dropped $100 heading into Week 3. I'm not too sure why. He did have 11 targets, 8 catches, and 116 yards in Week 2. And that was after a Week 1 where he had just 5 catches and 38 yards. So he's been coming off an injury a little bit. And it looked like Week 1, he didn't get as many targets, as many catches, as many big plays as normal. But Week 2, he looked almost 100% healthy from what I saw. and I'm sure he's ready for a big Monday Night Football game. I like him. Rodgers is going to hook up with him for a couple big plays, and 7,500 is a pretty good price for a Cobb. So on defense here, we've got the Texans at 3,200. The number one play, I think, is going to be the Seahawks this week, but they're probably going to be extremely highly owned. So for these GPP tournaments, I'm going with a play on the Texans, who are facing Tampa Bay, rookie quarterback in Winston. And Winston hasn't really faced a good defense, so the Texans are at home here, and they're big home favorites. I think that the Texans might be the second highest owned defense, but I think there's going to be quite a bit of a drop-off between the Seahawks and the Texans, so I like them in GPP plays. Okay, so on this page, I've got 5 other players I like. I like Antonio Brown, 8,900. Running back Dion Lewis, 4,200. Demaryius Thomas, 8,000. Tight end Kyle Rudolph, 3,300. And Atlanta running back, who will be getting most of the carries this week, I think, because of an injury to Coleman, is Devontae Freeman at 4,600. So again, just to be clear, the picks in this video are GPP plays at DraftKings. And what I do is I get a core group of players. So the players that are listed in this video, they're the main core that I have. And I also have probably maybe 10 to 15 other core players. And I make a number of different lineups and rotate the players throughout the lineups as I can fit them in, getting as close to the $50,000 salary. So the picks in this video were my favorite plays of the week, but I'll also be adding in other players as well. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, just let me know by clicking the thumbs up button on YouTube so I know to keep making them. If I can get 100 likes on this video, I'll make an NFL Week 4 video. I just want to make sure that enough people are enjoying them. So just click the thumbs up button and I'll make an NFL Week 4 video next week. And if you want access to my free lineup tool, the link is in the description. This is the tool that I use weekly and the tool that helped me win quite a bit of money last week. So the link for that is in the YouTube description. As always, guys, good luck. Hope you guys kill it here in NFL Week 3. Cheers.